Hello everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today is Try It Tuesday, so I am very excited to show you what DIYs I was inspired by this month. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into these crafts. All right, so our first DIY was inspired by DIY with Amber. I saw this on her Instagram and knew right away that I wanted to try and recreate it, but make it my own just a little bit. So I'm excited to show you my take on it. Her link for the channel and this video will be down in my description box for you. All right, so we're gonna do 2 crates from Dollar Tree, these square boxes from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna take Linen White by Rust-Oleum, and we are going to paint these babies all white, like everything inside, outside, behind, inside the box pullouts. I mean, everything is gonna be white. So here we are, we got all the white. I'm gonna take the drawers out here. I'm gonna grab, this is actually a stencil from Dollar Tree. I have Celery by Waverly, and I am going to lay the corner of the stencil on here. So it's not gonna fit perfectly or anything. We just need a small section of it. Just holding it down with my fingers, and I'm using my stencil brush from Dollar Tree and just doing dabbing motions, making sure to hold my stencil down. I'm gonna do this for the other 2 boxes as well. I don't know why I was totally digging this color in this video, but you will see it throughout. All right, so we do the other 2. Now, the inside of these crates, this stencil didn't fit, and sorry for my head, and I wasn't willing to cut it down to size. So I pushed it in as far as I could to where it would still lay flat and not bow up. And it didn't cover the entire bottom of it, but it still gave it the detail that I was looking for. So now taking my 20mm split beads, I'm gonna coat that in 2 coats of this celery. I'm gonna do that for 3 beads. Y'all better pick these beads up. They're in my Amazon store. I have been using them like crazy. All right, now I'm just finding the middle point on my pull-out drawer here. Just hot gluing what is going to be like our knobs to the top of them. We're gonna repeat that same step for the other 2, voila. Now taking some smaller beads. These are tiny beads. I am going to line the inside of 2 of the boxes, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I found that if you line them up and hot glue the end pieces first, then you know for sure that your beads are gonna fit inside. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down when I say that. So I go ahead, I'm gonna finish doing this round of beads. We're going to repeat that same step on the middle one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So see how I like turn it over on its side. We're gonna repeat that same step using these beads all the way down. I don't think I make you watch this entire thing, I promise. So, make sure that it's flush because these are going to sit on top of your crates and you don't want it to be crooked. Then I decided, well, we don't want a gap in the middle. So I decided to line the tops of the 2 boxes with the wood beads as well. So doing the same thing, I'm going to hot glue these all there, and you can see, doesn't that look gorgeous? All right, so now I'm just going to glue the bottom crates. Again, make sure they're flush with the ground so you don't have a crooked, little shelf. Then I decide, of course, to put the beads all over the bottom. So you guys, it was so funny because I put the row of beads on the front, right? And I'm like thinking I'm done, and I go to paint it, and then I like sit it up and I'm like, girl, it is crooked. You need beads like all around. Like, I don't know what my mind was going through, but yeah. So you could see I started painting and I was like, oh, about that. So now I'm just taking my stencil brush from Dollar Tree. You guys, to paint beads, the stencil brushes are amazing because they get in all those little nooks and crannies and cracks of the beads. And you could like push the bristles up in between them. I love using the stencil brushes when painting beads or even my split beads. So I'm coating all of the beads with the Linen White Chalk Paint by Rust-Oleum. That is also in my Amazon cart as well. You could also get it at any of your Home Depot stores. Okay, so now I'm taking the hot glue, sticking those pieces together. Make sure you put the hot glue more on the inside so it doesn't come spilling out of the top and the sides of the beads. So now we're going to put our little drawers on top, and y'all, we are done with this. Let me know, what are your thoughts? I really love how feminine this looks. I think I might put it in my book nook. I'm not quite sure. And what's nice is you could build onto this and make it bigger and more extravagant. I just love it. All right, y'all, that was the first DIY. I really hope you liked it. I was very, very inspired when I saw her picture, and I knew it was just something I had to create. So you guys, I wanted to give a big, giant thank you for helping me get to 50,000 subscribers. Without you guys supporting me and following me through my YouTube journey, I could not be here, and I feel very proud. I feel very accomplished, and it just encourages and motivates me to keep going and keep creating DIYs and having hauls and doing lives with you. It encourages me to keep pushing forward and trying new things and connecting with all of you. So thank you very, very much. Okay, you guys, so for those of you that are new to Try It Tuesday, it is a playlist that I created where all of us YouTubers, DIYers, we get people that we're inspired by. So you will see all the people, 4 of them, in my video that inspired me this month. And I am going to try and recreate their items, but make them my own. And we like to give shout outs in our description box so that you can go check these people out too and see if you're digging their DIYs and digging their channel as well. So make sure down in the description box, and I'll leave a comment for the playlist down below. A lot of talented people join in on this, so definitely go check it out. I hope you guys enjoy these DIYs today. And remember, if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, make sure to like and make sure to subscribe. All right, let's get back into the last 3 DIYs. So this next DIY was inspired by Blondie Next Door. I saw this piece and thought, wow, like the simplicity, but all of that detail in the stencil work. I knew I had something that I could recreate. Again, her channel link and this video will be linked in the description box for you. And I'm gonna show you, this is super easy. So I'm taking this sign from Dollar General. I think it was like 75% off when I got it. And it already has the panels there for us, which is absolutely amazing. Stencils from Dollar Tree, which is what she uses as well. And it's just, I wanted to show you the simplicity of this because it's amazing how you can change items up so quickly by just adding a different color paint and a stencil to it. So I'm taking that celery again. And you guys, I'm sorry you can't really see the celery here, but I do white in a minute and it really pops. So I chose a different stencil pattern than Yelena did. And I will tell you, start from the outsides when using these and then work your way in. That way you know how much to overlap these stencils because they will need to overlap just a little hair. So I do the celery for the top and the bottom. And keep in mind, you can get a Dollar Tree sign too and score with a craft knife lines to make your own panel marks. So here I'm just taking white chalk paint. I'm going to do the same thing with the same design of stencils. I do get smarter, however, and I get my painter's tape and tape off around it so that way I don't get it up on the other panels and I don't go into the other stencils. And look at how beautiful. Like it adds so much to what would have been just a plain picture holder. So I finished that up. I sand it down. That way the print and the stencils look more a part of the wood instead of like laying on top of it. Then I just reattach my clip. You could even do so much more to this if you didn't want it. And here you go. You have yourself like an updated, super chic and classy picture holder. I mean, it could really be anything you want it to be. So let me know how you like this and make sure to check out Yelena's channel as well. Okay, I'm sure all of you see this and right away know Amber Strong. Like, hello, yes, she has her own style. I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna try to create it. Mine definitely did not look anything like hers. I swear, like how can you try and recreate Amber Strong stuff? I don't know, but I tried my best. So as usual, her links will be down in the description box as well. So my girl Kelly sent me this piece on Earth Sign, and It already had panels. It already had the wood frame, which was perfect. If you don't have this, like I said, Dollar Tree signs, score lines in it with your craft knife, and then you can frame it with paint sticks. So I'm taking Truffle by Waverly. I'm going to cover the entire base of this. I don't really care if I'm covering the letters because we will put a different color on top of it. And then we're going to take, it's actually an arrow from Dollar Tree, not a house. And I'm going to put the little puffy stickers on, making sure to space them out because we do want to add the little white lines that Amber did. I just love how she is able to add so much detail to her DIYs. It's absolutely insane. So we're going to go ahead and finish that up. Then I'm taking Still by Waverly, making sure that I'm covering our little stickers and our entire arrow. Now I'm using green, so I wasn't like, oh my gosh, the stickers have to be covered. But if you aren't, you probably would have to do a double coat. So now I'm trying this candle thing, okay? So I've seen that you can distress with a candle. I tried looking up on YouTube and surprisingly could not find any YouTube videos on this. So needless to say, I had no idea what I was doing. So I take the white chalk paint. One, I will say, use the wrong brush. I should have used the chip brush that was next to me. My paint, I put way too heavy of a coat. You can see in the middle where the paint is lighter and how pretty and like kind of like that worn paint look, you know, like it's kind of like chipping off. So go in lighter. You'll see on the arrow how it kind of looks when you do it with a bristle brush. Oh gosh, you guys. Then I was like, oh, that didn't do much. Maybe I need a baby wipe. No. Oh my gosh, you guys. I tried doing the baby wipe, then it looks like I smeared it all over. It was a hot mess. Don't worry. We go back over it with a little bit of white chalk paint later. So you'll see I'm using a light amount of the celery here, and you can see how it's not attaching to the places where I put the candle, and it just looks so much better like this. So much better. So I think lighter and with like a chip brush works. Let me know what I did wrong though. I'm sure you guys will, even if I didn't ask, but go ahead, comment down below. All right, so here I go. I'm just kind of fixing it so you don't see all the smearing going on. Now taking a detailed brush from Dollar Tree, I'm just gonna add those white lines all the way around. You could also use a white paint marker. That works as well. So after I'm done finishing that, any day now, maybe, I am going to get a bow. So I just took raffia, wrapped it around my hand, wrapped the middle up, and then hot glued that down. We're gonna cut our loops so that we have a frayed raffia bow, and then I'm gonna flip her up, flippity flip, fluff. And we are gonna hot glue that to the top of our house. Yeah, I definitely didn't get all the detail like she did. But now I'm going to attach a button. That button, does that not match perfectly or what? And it was right on top. It was meant to be. So I didn't have the Scrabble pieces and I knew it needed something else. So I took a jumbo popsicle stick that was left over from another project, painted it white, distressed it gray, and we're going to put this on as a door since we don't have the Scrabble pieces. And I didn't want to use stickers for some, I don't know, you guys, but the door worked out and it made it my own, so I like it. And then taking another button, of course I had to like pour out the entire thing to find the right one, but I found the perfect little baby button and it looked so cute as the doorknob. Now I'm taking twine from Dollar Tree, and how perfect was this that it had the hooks right there? And I'm going to string some 20mm beads to the top of this. I think in total I use 18. Usually I try to use even numbers. That way when you hang it up, it sits in the middle, you know, of the even number. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, you guys? I don't know. I think you are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tie that off. We're going to attach our house, and that is it, I think. Oh, my jacket's all dirty. No, then I decided that was way too many beads, so I did change that. But so here's my take on Amber's. Of course, I don't think anybody, like I said, could ever recreate one of Amber's. Her stuff is just so original, and her dressing technique, oh my gosh. But I hope you guys love it, and I hope this gives you another idea on how you can create something like that. Okay, you guys, this is a newcomer to YouTube. This is Farm Charm Chic. Her DIYs are so amazing, and I saw this, knew I had to recreate it, but you know what? When I made this video, she didn't have a video out of it yet. So I am definitely going to link her video down below so you can see probably the easier way of how to do this. So this is the 3D wreath form. It comes with the metal like fixture for it. Had no idea what I was doing, so I did it off camera because it took me a while. But essentially, you're going to put this on the bottom, and you have to fold like the little brackets over each piece to make the wreath form stay. Gosh, this is going to be a mess, isn't it? Okay, so taking this wood round piece from Dollar Tree, they usually carry these all year long. They're just kind of hit or miss when they're in the store. But I'm going to fill the top of it with hot glue instead of using like wood filler or spackle, stuff like that. We're going to fill that with wood glue. Then we are going to take a candlestick holder from Dollar Tree. Doesn't even have to be this candlestick holder. You could get some from the thrift store as well, because I know these are hard to find. Taking Rust-Oleum Linen White, we're going to paint this entire thing with one coat. And I chose to do it because I wanted it like stark white and I wanted it matte. So I started painting this and I was like, oh girl, stop. Where are your split wood beads? Here they are. So taking my 15mm split beads, I am going to attach these to the side, just making sure I kind of space them out a bit. And I will continue to go ahead and paint this entire thing white, the front, the back, the sides. Again, using this stencil brush. These come in a 3-pack from Dollar Tree. I love them. They're great for de-stressing as well. Then taking Still Gray, I go ahead and de-stress these down because, you know, we don't stress, we de-stress. Okay, thank you, Tyra. Okay, now taking some super glue, I'm putting that around the rim, putting a bunch of hot glue on it. Then I'm going to turn it over onto that wood round piece, and that hot glue is kind of going to drip down into the wood. We'll get that immediate hold and we can move on. Now, this is where your girl has no idea what she's doing. So I take a big old glob of hot glue, hashtag duh, it's not working. So I take the split beads, they're not just for decoration, and I start pushing them into the hot glue underneath, I'm gonna call it a, why do I wanna call it a spear? I don't know. This wreath form. And this actually is helping it stay up. And I don't know, do you see how I'm like pushing it? And then it starts staying up and I'm like, yay! Because I could not figure out how she did this at all. I can't wait to watch her video today. So I go ahead and continue that around, make sure it's stable. Then I get, this is actually the top to a glass candle. I keep everything, you guys. I swear, like I have so much trash. And I paint it, but obviously it's not trash because I'm using it. There you go, hubby. Proof. And then I'm going to take a little bead. I'm going to hot glue it to the middle of that top piece. And then there was a little bit of the black wire still sticking up, so it just fit perfectly in there. Now, on her, she lines it with beads underneath. I have no idea how she did that. I had no idea what to do. So when all else fails, you grab Spanish moss, and that's what I did. So I will show you right here. There's like a humongous gap, and I didn't have beads big enough. You guys know my split beads, those balls that I had, but that wouldn't have worked. So I grabbed the Spanish moss, I stuffed it in between the tray and the candlestick holder, and it worked out actually very well. See, you could see like that big old gap. I just stuck it in, cut down the Spanish moss, and I just made it my own, I guess. So it's nice when you see people that you're inspired by in crafts because you can truly make them your own. And in hers, she has like wood beads on the top, but I really liked the simplicity of just leaving it. And I did spray paint the wreath form black because it was originally green. Let me know how you liked this DIY. Please make sure to check everybody out and enjoy the bloopers. crooked wall that nobody else thinks is crooked except for me. This is you trying to curl your hair that goes flat in minutes. Good job wasting your time. Okay. Let's get the party started. Okay. No, you're not ready. What do you want to say? Okay. Did you brush your teeth? Probably not. You're so classy. Yes. I mean, you fumbled on like every word, but that's okay. I feel like there was more that needed to be said, but I can't think of it, so that's it. Wrap.